Hey everybody, welcome to Rising Nomad. And today we're going to talk about what to take with you as a digital nomad traveling the world. And we've all made mistakes in this area. I think whether it's taking too much stuff or stuff we wish we brought with us that would have been nice to have. Let's get into it. Yeah, tell, what do you take with you if you're traveling for a month? What's like the minimum, and what are things like what's like the ideal for you?
So I don't take that many things at all. I've learned to be very minimalistic with my travel. I have a bag about this big, maybe something like this. It fits in a carry-on in an airplane, and I've traveled with that single bag for over 6 years now. And what I have in it is actually half of it is tech and half of it is shirts and underwear and clothing, and that's it. So I have a belief that whatever you can buy in the place there, whether it's like toothpaste or deodorant or anything, just buy it where you are. If you're from the US or Canada or Europe, it might even be cheaper if you're going to a cheap destination. And there you'll have, your apartment or your Airbnb or hostel where you can leave things. Like don't bother taking everything you need with you. What you absolutely do need, of course, your passport, um, a few t-shirts, a few underwear, a few, like basic clothings, and whatever else is essential with especially things of value like a camera or a computer for working. Like that's of course the most necessary.
So you're
Maybe.
carry on only as like a religion.
Of course, carry on only. I am not used to once I took a luggage, only once, and even waiting for the carousel for my, luggage to come or waiting in line to check in that baggage. It takes so much time and it's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
And, my mom, for example, when she travels, doesn't matter if it's a week or a month, she packs like her whole bedroom with her, like antibiotics and creams and seven dresses and three pairs of shoes and whatever. And I just see how tough it is to like, lug that around, how much waiting there is, whatever. And I don't think it's worth it at all.
I,
Okay.
I was like that before. I used to carry everything and anything that I think I will need. And after a couple of trips where I really suffered from the weight of the suitcase and just being frustrated and realizing that I didn't even use like two-thirds of the thing, I changed my philosophy. And I'm also like the carry-on bag team. Um, but I have a different criteria than Tal because I buy, I pack minimal clothing because you can wash it. If you need something, you can buy it. It's not so specific. But when it comes to like toiletries and cosmetics, this is maybe like most of my luggage because I have like very specific things that I use. Um, and I don't want to waste time or worry about it if I'm gonna find it in the country that I'm going. So I think it also depends on the person, like what are your essentials? What do not want to have trouble with getting in a foreign country?
Yeah, that's kind of it, isn't it? Georgina, what's your minimum and what would you like to have? Can you do
I
carry on?
think, yeah, I think I prefer also carry on because it's much more simple and yeah, like a couple of times I had a case and I didn't use maybe half of it. So I think it was like after that I was taking even less than I would need. So and I would miss things. So I think now I find the balance between like taking how many things do I need really, and I'm going to use. Uh, but yeah, I think like a backpack, like 50 liters, it would be okay.
Yeah.
I got a 35-liter backpack now, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna try,
35,
yes.
and you're going to try with 35?
Yes, I'm gonna go with 35-liter backpack to Southeast Asia, to Thailand and Cambodia. That's my plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a good destination to try this out because it's really warm and you don't really
Yes.
need
Hmm.
much
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
clothing. Yeah, and I went to Turkey for 3 weeks with 25 or 23-liter backpack, and I had no issues. I packed clothes, cosmetics, a laptop, and shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no issues. I wanted to leave some stuff there, because look, I don't
Yeah.
even wear this. I don't even use this.
The thing is always to have space. I don't know, for me, this is important to have to pack less so you can have space when you go somewhere to buy some things that maybe you find unique or something and take them with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
So,
good point. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, it's super empowering to actually like be able to walk with your bags, without dragging a suitcase behind you
mm,
and stuff like that. That's my main metric is actually I'm not so fussed about carry-on baggage versus like check baggage and stuff like that, unless the flight doesn't include carry-on baggage and I really don't need it. But one thing I really am sensitive to is my mobility when I'm moving between places. Super important to me. And I'll just give an example of like when I started when I when I started traveling in Asia, like my second big Asia trip as a digital nomad in Thailand and Bali and all this sort of stuff, I was so proud that I've got the picture right here that all of my luggage fit in front of the seat in front of me. Not even in the carry-on bins above the plane, but like actually under the seat in front of me, because then you don't have to compete with anybody because that's your space 100%. You always have your stuff at reach. And so yeah, basically what that is, for my carry-on baggage, I've got right here. I've got a bag like this, which is a normal backpack, which carries my laptop, nice little pocket, and I put all my tech in here. And tech is in the front pocket, and the laptop goes here. And in the middle pocket, I can put a bunch of clothes. And it's important that even if you are traveling with check baggage, even if you are traveling with check baggage, still take a change of clothes in your carry-on baggage because bags do get lost. Especially
Yeah.
Paris airport is the one I will not fly through with check baggage anymore because two out of two times I did, they lost my bags. Once I never saw it again. So always carry at least one change of clothes, but you could just fly like this. This is enough to sort of hold like a change of shorts or trousers and five t-shirts, five pairs of underwear, and that maybe some socks, and then you have shoes, and then I supplement that with, say it's like one item of carry-on. Then I take some like sort of supermarket cloth bag like this, and basically just like I just carry this alongside me. And the idea is like, yeah, you have like flip-flops inside, right? And it's almost nothing. They almost never say anything about this, even if you're only allowed one piece of carry-on, because it's just a bag with stuff. And
yeah.
most of the major airlines will allow one piece of carry-on and one personal item.
Yeah.
And this is my personal item. And so in here, I'll put things like my sandals, and you can always find new flip-flops in these warm destinations, but I like the ones that are more like hold the back of your foot as well. So I have these. And basically, yeah. And maybe like my hoodie, because if I'm coming from somewhere where I need to wear an extra layer, an extra like sweater or hoodie or something like that, you pretty much drop that as soon as you arrive in a place like Thailand. You don't wear. I haven't worn it since I got here. There's no point. Even well, only sometimes in the airports, the air conditioning works a little too well, and you have to wear it there, or else you get a bit chilly. That can happen. But basically, yeah. So the idea of this bag is this can disappear at any time, sort of like be amalgamated into your larger baggage. And so if people boarding you on the plane, give you a hassle about this bag. It's like, okay, I'll just put on this, put on this, put on this, and we're good to go. This bag doesn't exist anymore. So that's the sort of hack. If you have one carry-on bag and you want to expand your capacity, put it in here, but make sure everything you put in this type of bag, you can put on your body in one instance. And then as much as possible, yeah, this sort of bag fits perfectly under the seat in front of you. Yeah. For check baggage, if I'm going on a longer trip, this is the weapon of choice. This is like the I think it's 70 liter as a backpack. This is the sort of thing that I would take on like when I'm going to live somewhere for like a couple months. Still, it's possible that you can just put this on and walk down the street with it and take your other two bags and walk down the street with that. You're still completely mobile, but you have a lot of extra stuff that you can bring here. So my favorite things to bring would be like my gymnastic rings, which are like for exercising. You hang them from everywhere, and you basically have a gym right there. And also like spices. I like to take spices with me because there's some spices that I like this Ethiopian spice that I eat. Um, and the sumac from Turkey is a great spice. Stuff like oregano and stuff like that you can usually find everywhere. And yeah, that's pretty much yeah. And also like technology, you might want a little bit of extra technology. For me, the technology that I need is of course smartphone, of course laptop, the associated adapters, even though now laptop adapters that are on USB-C can charge most smartphones. And
Yep.
basically, you could get away with having one, but I like two so I can have them both plugged in charging at the same time. And of course, for my Zoom calls like this one, a USB headset that plugs into the laptop. That's the main thing. And then a couple little other small things like, well, I like to take my selfie cam, the DJI Osmo Pocket selfie cam and a selfie stick to hold it on, and then these wireless microphones that I like to film videos with and stuff like that. And I think all of that I could still do with this, but this time since I'm actually like based in Thailand now, moving my base from Serbia, I brought this big bag so that I could kind of like just bring some more stuff. And yeah, it is a pain in the ass to sort of sort of drag stuff along and wait at the carriage belt. And but yeah, just think about mobility, think about how much you're going to be traveling and how much of a hassle it's going to be to take that stuff. Now what's the worst experience you guys have had with taking too much stuff, like, and how it impeded your travels? Anybody got a story about that? No.
Uh, Actually, me,
Yeah.
on my way to Thailand, I had to go through the airport and I didn't realize how big was the airport. So I had like a backpack, but it was like, I don't know, like I think it was full with things, so it was quite heavy. And then I had like, yeah, so I have like two backpacks, one big and one smaller one, the regular one. So I think I had to stop and take it off of my back every, I don't know, like 5 minutes because I just couldn't walk with all this weight on my shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
But that is
it
the
was
sort of
a it
thing.
was a very good lesson to me, you
But
know?
it's a backpack and it's weight. And, if you're taking a month trip and you're walking with it every day or every third day or something, your body will adapt, right? To the weight.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, it was like a really big backpack, so maybe that's why. Maybe that was the moment that I decided to travel lighter from now on.
I think psychologically it's the worst, where you just feel nervous when you think that you have to move again and carry it again and pack everything again. And I moved a lot this this past year, like just moving apartments, and I was horrified by how much stuff I've accumulated, and that actually takes space and energy to move. So uh, I think the less stuff you have, the better, especially if you're traveling a lot,
It's
even
so
like in
liberating,
your
yeah.
base. It is
It's
very
liberating.
liberating.
That's
I
true.
agree,
Even if you
absolutely.
don't
Yeah,
travel, it's liberating. Like you don't have like to rearrange all these clothes and I don't know, like whenever I have to do
useless things
yeah,
also.
like with clothes, I'm disoriented and I don't know what to do. I'm lost. So yeah, psychologically it's much better
My experience
to
was in
own
Turkey
less.
also, when I had a big bag that I had to drag up because Istanbul is really hilly, and I had to drag this huge suitcase up like this cobblestone streets, and there was no end, and like the streets are narrow, and the sidewalks are also narrow, and there's cars parked, so it's a really stressful situation to be in. So um, I guess the best way to do is to use a backpack and have it be light. But if you're relocating, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's a suitcase or a backpack, if it's going to be
Well, you just
heavier.
you just want to make the easiest point A to B. Like if that means like not taking public transport links, then make you have to walk on the other side. If you have a big relocation suitcase, you probably want to pay for that taxi from the airport. You probably don't want to have to take two separate airlines with separate
Mm.
tickets and have to like collect your baggage and take it to check-in again. You probably want one ticket where it goes through to the other side, and then you hop in a taxi and go to your destination. It's all about logistics planning and stuff like that. But the freedom is being a digital nomad, being able to just like check out of your hotel at 11 a.m. and go to another place where you're checking at 2 or 3 p.m. and just have a random adventure between the two places, checking out all the blocks and neighborhoods in between them, orienting yourself and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really important. I want to ask you guys about the essential cosmetics and toiletries, because yeah, what are your essential? What actually can you not live without that you take with you? Because I've got
I
opinions on
mean,
this.
for me, it's easy. I don't care what brand. I don't have a specific, product that I want, but I always want to have deodorant with me. I
Hmm.
always want to have some sort of soap and shampoo, even maybe a two-in-one. They're not as good, but they're compact. Toothbrush and toothpaste, and some hair gel, maybe. That's all I can think of.
Okay, so I'm much more minimalist than that. What about Georgina? What's the personal care things you need?
I would really appreciate a hair dryer.
Yeah. Oh,
So yeah, like
oh.
that immediately you need more space.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot more
Uh,
hair than me and Tal.
yeah, that's true. Um, of course, like toothpaste and toothbrush and deodorant, and also maybe cream for hydration because like I hate when I feel my skin, like super dry. So yeah, just in case. I'm not sure that I will use it, but I need to feel safety that I have like something like that with me.
Okay,
So yeah, I think that's it.
Christina?
Well, b- hmm, I have how do you call it? Like a water pick, a water pick.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Uh, and I carry that. It's like travel size, but it's really good. You don't have to worry about like if you have sensitive teeth that something's gonna get stuck and you're gonna have a toothache or something.
Yeah.
And so I carry it with me. It's a very specific thing. And other than that, like everything, toothpaste I have that I found that's really good for me because I have very sensitive teeth and very sensitive skin. So shampoo, shower gel, face cream, yeah, yeah, just the whole thing. And
The whole thing.
if I run out, then I plan a trip. Like I have an app that shows me the ingredients, and I just go. If it's an unknown country, an unknown product, I just go and I scan until I find like what's good one that doesn't not gonna give me allergies or like inflammation and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I used to have a skin cream um that I used to use, which was like a shielding lotion because I've got eczema, which is a skin rash that sometimes comes. But I've mostly corrected that through my diet. And so I got super, super minimal with what I need to travel with. So toothpaste, toothbrush, dental flossers, so I can maintain decent oral hygiene whenever I'm traveling. That's a must. The other thing I like to have is a razor to shave my face. But one thing that I don't travel with is shaving cream. Shaving cream, in my opinion, is completely unnecessary. Like it's one of those things that sort of was marketed to us. I find that soap, which you can find almost anywhere, any liquid soap in any bathroom or any bar of soap, first you have to like as a man, I heat my face up with the hot water from the shower. I heat my razor up with the hot water as well, and then I put soap on my face. And then I can shave my face, and it's just as good as shaving cream. Also, shampoo. I don't really use it that much. Um, my hairdresser is always super amazed that I don't really wash my hair, especially outside of getting a haircut every 3 weeks, and it doesn't stink or anything like that because like after a while, the whole like sort of like oils and stuff on your hair, it's self-maintenance. So shampoo, in my opinion, and some other people's opinion on YouTube, is one of those other things that was marketed to us just so they could sell more. Luckily, when I do get sweaty, I do get stinky. I take enough t-shirts to just take a shower and change, and I don't need deodorant because I'm not an incredibly smelly guy. And yeah, so I don't take that. So it's just those four things, like the dental stuff, flossers, toothbrush and toothpaste, and a razor to shave myself. That's my basic hygiene. The rest is done with water and whatever soap might be there, might be around. So yeah, that simplifies carry-on bags and stuff like that. So
And
yeah,
that's super,
yeah,
Yeah,
super
super.
very
minimal.
practical.
Yeah, and like like this smartphone thing and the laptop that I'm talking to you on now with the headset, super powerful devices that eliminate the need for a lot of stuff. The stuff that I really like to have in the destinations that I go to, um, a guitar and a yoga mat and a bicycle. Those are my lifestyle things. But luckily, like those things are easy enough to get in the place where you land. And they're common enough items. Okay, the yoga mat, you can usually find one for like $10 or something like that. Um, yeah, maybe not the greatest yoga mat, maybe not a fancy yoga mat like Georgina has, but yeah,
But you can still practice
yeah, you can still practice yoga.
perfect.
And
Yeah.
I've also done it for extended periods, just having a towel as well.
Hmm.
A guitar, usually for like under $100, you can find some sort of acoustic guitar that I use at least for writing songs. And a bicycle, I guarantee it. If you um go and buy a bicycle, if you're staying somewhere for 1 month and you buy a bicycle the first day, and then 1 week before you leave, you try to sell that bicycle, somebody in those expat forums on Facebook is going to want to buy your bicycle, especially if you like discounted a bit from the store price that you paid or whatever. Someone will take your bicycle. Like when I was in Mexico last year in Tulum, it was perfect. I bought the guitar, bought the bicycle, and then about a week before leaving, I said, "Okay, next Wednesday." I posted on Saturday. Next Wednesday, I'm selling my guitar and bicycle. And people came and saw this stuff. They're like, "Yep, I want to buy this." I'm like, "Put a deposit, and then on Wednesday you can come and this is yours." And then I left on Thursday. It was perfect. So yeah. Um, but now I'm going more towards setting up bases and having stuff that I need in the places so I can travel free, go different places and have a setup. That's stuff like music gear, speakers, sound systems, cooking stuff, serious cooking stuff. Like having a blender is really nice. Yeah, that's another one of my I like my protein smoothies. So yeah, that's stuff I would take with me, but it makes no sense to take a guitar with you. It probably costs like almost $100 to take it on the plane sometimes on a journey around the world, and you can just buy one when you're there. So yeah, I don't know. So you guys, when you're traveling this year, Georgina and Christina, carry on only?
Yes.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice,
definitely.
Yeah,
nice.
I
So,
have a little tip that I really like. I recently got a charger in Thailand about 6 months ago. I could show you what that looks like. It looks like this. So it's very powerful, 100 watts. So it's powerful enough to charge your phone, your laptop, and something else, whether it's electric razor or whatever, a
multi-USB, yeah.
tablet, whatever. Um, yeah, and
100 watts.
you know,
Wow. Okay, great.
before I would have, a few different chargers, one for my phone, one for my laptop, whatever, at least multiple plugs. Now I just have a few wires in this and it really simplified, charging everything. Plus it takes less space, not only in my bag, but also in if I only have one or two plugs because I travel a lot, I don't know how many plugs I'll have. A single plug is enough for everything.
Yeah,
So that's my little tip of what I like to have to simplify my bag a bit. But
yeah,
also my bag is very tech heavy.
yeah, yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's all you need for remote working, folks. I like to have like a dual SIM phone. So you can have two SIM cards like the from two different countries in, sometimes we receive codes on SMS and yeah, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but the I guess to summarize this video, basically take as little stuff as you can possibly have and yeah, find other little bits and pieces when you get there because the most important thing is to roam free as a free range human being, as a digital nomad with the freedom to travel the world and go where you want when you want. Why weigh yourself down with a bag?
Yes.
Thanks a lot, guys. And if you guys like our channel, hit subscribe. Bye.
Right.
Bye.